Hi everyone, today I want to tell you a story relating to the current absurdity of the Chinese expat job market. In one of my WeChat groups, a headhunter proudly proclaimed that she is now having her third FlexPath job vacancy for the year, apparently devoted to a foreigner. Yee! The role was for an operations manager position in Taicang of a presumably genuine company. Location is not end of the world, i.e. a fairly international place. Job requirements were among the usual domain expertise in areas like inventory management, demand forecasting, welding, metal stamping, etc. So far so good. Now on to the language requirements, and this is where things are getting more ambiguous. The candidate should preferably be German native speaker. Now if we allow ourselves to mince words, what does this mean? You have to be a native speaker of a European language, or European national, or European ethnicity. If the latter was a thing, then what does European ethnicity even mean these days? On top of that, not surprisingly, as is commonly the case these days, there was a requirement of fluency in business Chinese. This means that if qualifications relate to language skills and neither ethnicity nor nationality, this technically means that a Chinese who is a native speaker of European language would be qualified as well. By that token, the position would consequently not be specifically for foreigners. Having said the above, this raises a few questions in my mind. First, why do you need a foreigner as such in the first place? Why not just state the relevant skills and competencies needed? Second, if it's a long-term assignment of a foreign company, why is Chinese all of a sudden a requirement? If it weren't a requirement in the past, then why suddenly now? 10 years ago, the job ad would read, "No Chinese skills required. Complementary language training will be offered by the employer." The point I'm trying to make here is that Chinese proficiency is not just a winning criterion these days, but even qualifying. Meaning that many people that have the domain expertise but not necessarily the language skills simply refrain from applying in the first place. So by narrowing the pool of potential candidates, by essentially looking for a unicorn, there's a big risk of lost opportunities, both for the recruiter and the candidates, especially considering that the number of foreigners in the country is becoming diminishingly small. Meanwhile, it's also interesting to note that many foreign companies still don't seem to have any problems relocating expats with zero China expertise or language proficiency. But for those that are already here, then Chinese fluency is all of a sudden a requirement. Strange world we live in, huh? Stay tuned for more idiocy ahead. Until then, take care and bye-bye.